Michael. Hi, Greta. Sophia Soda with the Nerds of Color. How are you both today?
Hi.
Good. How are
Good.
you?
How are
I'm
you?
good. I'm excited because I get to talk to the two of you. And actually, in prep of this interview, I went back and watched every moment between Jordan and Layla this weekend. So we are going to
Oh,
get into
wow.
goodies.
You came prepared.
I came prepared. I came prepared. I got the two of you together. How could I not? But the first thing I you do is what is your favorite aspect of not only getting to reprise your roles season after season and grow with your characters, but then also seeing the relationship between Jordan and Layla continue to evolve, especially that they're married now?
For me, just in terms of the relationship aspect, it was so exciting for me when Jordan and Layla started on this journey and got together because I think it's the first time really that I feel like she's in a really healthy, um, you know, a, a relationship where both parties are like just as interested in one another, and it feels like, there's a mutual support and love. And I think just for Layla, who's been through so much, it's really nice for me to see her sort of settled in that way. And yeah, just like 7 seasons of growing with the character and evolving with the character has been so fun. And it's so rare now that you get that much time with a character as an actor. Obviously, seasons are shorter, and how many seasons a show produces is so much less. So I just feel really fortunate that we've both gotten so much time with these characters.
Yeah, I mean, every year that you get the opportunity to come play again as Jordan and like you said, continue to grow. 100 plus episodes. It's wild to me. An exciting thing about Jordan and Layla was it's like this understanding, this concept that they introduced to me. I think it was like season five, maybe, where Jordan's been crushing on her for since childhood, and so to then be able to get this girl that he's kind of that he's just kind of been, I don't want to say like waiting because that sounds really weird, but like that he's just kind of been reserved with, but at the same time had such heavy feelings for, to be able to keep playing in that and keep growing in that and allowing them to just now take on this new journey of being a married couple, and just doing the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations of marriage in general, and then also trying to maintain and like having fun as young people.
And like I said, I got to rewatch all these amazing moments for your characters together. So I want to ask the two of you, what is the moment that was so significant that you started to root for Jordan and Layla?
Ooh, root for them. I remember when we did like, or I don't know if it was season 2 or 3, like at the cotillion.
Mm.
I can't remember what season that was, but we really did not work much with each other in earlier seasons. So I remember when we got that scene, we were both like, wait a minute. Like, first of all, like, hi, we're working together. This is so rare. And I remember from that moment sort of being like, oh, I never really even pictured these two together. Obviously, within the universe of the show, these are two people who would have grown up together and spent their whole lives around one another, but we just didn't really get to see them interact very much on screen. And in earlier seasons, of course, Layla's so wrapped up with Spencer, but I think that was sort of an early moment where I sort of went like, oh, this is something that could work. And then, of course, it was still a few seasons before we really got to see that evolve. But I think that was one of my earliest sort of even thinking like seedlings, even thinking that that is something that could happen.
Yeah, it's like every scene that I've ever done and watched is gone from my brain. The Cotillion is a great example of that because I can actually remember that those days of just being like, I don't know how to work with you. Good to meet you.
Because we
Uh,
literally like didn't have any scenes
because
together really.
we never really worked together. But I think the whole courting situation that was kind of going on in season four on the back end, and then the infamous kiss was kind of a good moment. But then season five, the secret dating, all of that was just kind of like fun and playful for me to
A lot of
do.
good tropes for you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we really have. The secret dating was fun. I feel like that time was a really like really fun to shoot because I feel like they had a lot of really fun things. And especially for Layla, she wasn't really having a lot of fun in relationships before. Like she wasn't really, you know what I mean, like joking around much or like laughing really. So it was really exciting for me to get to play some of that more light, fun stuff with Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And obviously, this new season, we have a whole new generation. So I wanted to ask the two of you, what do you think their younger selves would think of their adult selves right now and where they are?
Well, that's a good question.
Jordan's younger self would think Jordan's a nerd for sure. Uh, like, wow, you're a coach. You're, like, like that's what dad does. Like, if Jordan's season one was talking to Jordan at 22, he'd be like, wow, you do the same thing as my dad. You're kind of a loser. Uh, um, with love, of course. With
Mhm. I think Layla would be really proud of I think little Layla would be really proud of where adult Layla is. She's made so many like strides in so many areas and I just feel like she's overall like happier and more confident and has support systems and like great friendships. So I think she'd be really proud of her and probably surprised at how well she's doing because, when we meet Layla, she's going through a really hard time and really struggling. So I think she'd be really happy to see how sort of settled and happy she is.
Yeah, and I want to actually go off of what you just said because one of my favorite things about this relationship is not only have we seen things like secret dating, but we've also seen the hardships of life and relationships
Mhm.
through Layla's mental health, Jordan losing his father, and them being there through that. What has been the most challenging storyline for the two of you, and how did you like lean on each other to get through that storyline?
when
So,
Layla was going through a lot of what she was going through, I think it was, I mean, last season. Can't really remember. It's all just a mush. Um, but going through those moments where Layla was, we did the flashback of Layla as a little girl, and I remember that day to just being particularly hard, just to because it was a heavy day. But those storylines for me, even though really wasn't the one going through it, but just kind of watching her go through it, and watching this character that I think that many people love go through it was really hard on my heart and like my mind, and I felt for a long time just a many multitudes of feelings, and so I can't imagine how you felt, Greta, but to be on the receiving end and the viewing end of in those scenes was very tough for me.
and similarly, I think for me, I mean, those were some hard days, but I think when Billy passes away and Olivia and Jordan are grieving, and I just remember that day when we shot the scene where you and Karima come in to tell us all was like even when the camera wasn't on me, I was crying every take just to like it was such a solemn day. And then, obviously the process of everything that came after that. Um, but yeah, I would say that they, I agree, they've been there for each other and in a lot of ways that some couples don't even go through in a lifetime, and they've done it before they're 25. So yeah, it's been really beautiful and I think they're stronger for it as well.
Yeah, well, beautiful work on the show, guys. Thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to see what's in store for them next. And hopefully speak with you two again soon.
Thank you, Sophia.
Thank
Thank
you. Have a great
you.
rest of your day.
Thank you.
Professional artists and professors. Maybe a nerd who's just like you, talking about the things that you like too. So I invite you to the NOC.